Go ahead, I dare you, take a look at that fridge. How long has it been since you've cleaned out yours? Ours is pretty nasty, and today in this video we are going to be deep cleaning the fridge and the freezer. Oh my god, what is that? Some type of popsicle or slushie exploded. Here's the end result. Looking pretty nice. So journey along with us. We're going to be walking you through step by step and sharing some tips with you so that you can do this quickly. By the way, I'm making a separate video on, if you don't have 45 minutes or so, a quick and dirty way to clean a fridge. So we'll be using this style fridge in that video. So search my channel for that if you're interested. But as for now, we're going to be taking on this fridge, the French door style, like this. We've got the fridge to the right and the freezer to the left. You can see we've got general disorganization happening. Pretty something awful, I would say. So we're going to be deep cleaning this, taking everything out, and let's go ahead and time ourselves so you can get kind of an idea of what this looks like. Don't forget to turn off the fridge if you can. You don't have to, I suppose. Optional step there. And the first thing we're going to do is remove all of the contents from the fridge side. Notice the freezer is closed. We'll tackle one side at a time here. So remove all the contents. You might want to clear off some counter space. Throw away old stuff. There's stuff that's been growing in here since the mid-1900s, I think. And all sticky and gross. Your fridge obviously will look differently, and trays and bins and stuff will remove differently in all likelihood. So you might want to wiggle those out. Yes, we are removing everything. It's not that bad, guys. You just got to find a little time to do it. It helps to know that it takes about 30 to 45 minutes total, depending on your pace, speed, and what you have to kind of reorganize and throw out in your fridge. In this case, it's pretty straightforward. These little side compartments just pop off. And don't forget up top there, I have my lovely assistant helping me today. This is my wife. Say hello. And I hope you like the background music of the video. Kind of fun. All right. Now might be, with all the content removed, now might be a good time to remove that filter and change that out if it's been a while. If you have a water filtration system in your fridge, that just pops right off. If you want more details, search my channel on that. I have a separate video on how to change your water filter in your fridge. Oh, look at all that disgusting stuff. All right, so to kind of get started here, we're going to take just about a tablespoon of bleach and put it in a bucket. And obviously, if you're dealing with bleach, watch out for clothing. You don't want to leave this stuff or get it splashed on your countertops or your floors and possibly damage that. We're also going to take a little bit of soap here, liquid soap, and just pop it in there. You could use Dawn. We prefer a scented soap to help things smell nice and fresh. And before we start dipping that in and wiping that down, we're just going to take a towel and just kind of wipe off all the major pieces of, crumbs and whatever else is on the bottom there. You just want to kind of wipe that out. You don't want to just, mop that around, so to speak. So wipe it out, push it out. You can even get the vacuum cleaner out or the shop vac and do that if it's really bad, but you just kind of push it out. Pretty simple, I think. All right, now we'll take that solution, that bleach and soap solution. Obviously, we have warm water, quite a bit of that too, and you'll see it bubble up. And here's where you're just going to scrub it. This is part of the deep clean process. We are going to leave no surface unscrubbed for the most part. You could take out these, they're the glass trays, so to speak, and get those washed. But we're going to leave those in for two reasons. A, they're kind of a pain to get out. And B, you can just reach in there and do it yourself, right? If you've got spilled milk going on the sides, you might want to think about removing those so you can clean the sides of those as well. But for the most part, we're pretty good. The glass trays do kind of pop up. The glass part pops up if you need to scrub that at all. And don't forget the back and the back wall and the side walls as well. Doing a great job, honey. Keep it up. All right, so that's probably the most arduous part of this, is doing that manual scrub, but it's not that bad, guys. Not that bad. It needs to be done, right? God, when was the last time we cleaned this fridge? I think it's been over a year at least. Now might be a good time to run your hand on that seal too, to make sure you don't have any caked on whatever, and you can go ahead and wipe that off, because you don't want anything to break that seal along the perimeter of your fridge. Do you see that rubber gasket? And don't forget the undersides too of the shelves and trays. All right, so what we're doing here, we just have a little washcloth and we are wiping off that soap solution, getting rid of all those bubbles. Looking pretty good. Again, you can slide those glass pieces out. Maybe your fridge does not have that. Maybe it does. It's amazing what accumulates over the years, especially when you take out all that food and you look down below. Next, we're taking a little bit of scented spray, general cleaner. By the way, I'll pop links down below for all of this stuff if you just want to copy and paste what we are using, but you can just use common sense and look around your house to see what might be close. So a scented general spray is next, and we'll kind of go over that and clean off all those bubbles, and that leaves a nice scented clean smell afterwards. All right, so that is pretty much it for the fridge part. Now comes the trays. You're gonna have to hand wash these. This is a bit cumbersome, I will admit, or I should say it looks cumbersome. Great job, sweetie. Looking good, looking good. I have the easy job here with the camera. And things are a bit large and bulky here, but do the best you can and mostly get all that grime off. Got a simple foam scrubber. And don't forget to dry it before you put it back in there. You don't want any mold or mildew growing, so make sure that's nice and dry after you clean it. Helps to have two people. Grab your spouse or friend. One's the washer, one's the dryer. And then once everything's dry, they pop back in like that. Look at that, squeaky clean. For the most part. Is it 100%? 98, 99. Happy with that. And this brings my wife a huge amount of pleasure, by the way, deep cleaning the fridge like this. Me too, I have to admit, it's pretty cool. Long overdue. You know, life happens, right? Family, kids, job. But 45 minutes, put it on your calendar. Half the job right there is putting it in your calendar. Say today, you know, at 3 o'clock, this is happening. This is what I'm doing. Nobody bother me. I'm deep cleaning this bad boy. All right, and all the trays just slide back in. Pretty simple, right? All right, 9:06, so that's about, what, 26 minutes so far. Started at 8:40-ish, and then now we're left with all of the food that needs to be organized and gone through. And again, this is the variable here that could take you quite a bit of time. So we'll stop that clock at 9:11 for the fridge part, give or take, you know, a minute or so. And now we'll move on to the freezer. Again, following the same pattern that we did last time, or with the fridge. Go ahead and remove all of the contents. And behold, all the disgusting liquids and crumbs that have accumulated in the past months or years, perhaps. I have no idea. It looks like blood. I have no idea what that is. Smoothie, popsicle, how it got back there, Lord knows. But we'll go ahead and get all the trays out, as many as we can, and the shelves as well. And those just slide out, pretty simple. And you should have full access to the back, the sides, and the floor now. Oh, dear God, look at that. Gross. So again, kind of push out all those big crumbs before you start wiping everything down, just like we did before. You don't want to just smear those big crumbs around, right? So just get a dry paper towel and kind of push it all out. And then you can get your solution that we made earlier. The rag, you should see some bubbles. Go ahead and scrub it all out. Notice the gloves we have here, mostly because we're dealing with bleach. Always a good idea to avoid direct contact with your hands if you can help it. Not the end of the world if you get a little on you though. And again, watch those clothes, watch your floors. If you've got hardwood floors, for example, you don't want any of this stuff dripping on. We have a towel down in front of the fridge and freezer. We've had one down the whole time if you didn't see that. And that helps with some of the drips and whatnot. Also watch the countertops. Don't want to damage anything with that bleach water. And if it does splash on there, you can take just a rag with water, you know, damp rag, and wipe it up. All right, things are scrubbed down and clean now. We'll put the trays and the shelves back. Not rocket science here, right? Pretty simple. Okay, that didn't take too long. All right, we've got the food organized and gone through. Don't forget to kick down the temperature or turn the fridge and freezer back on. Stop the video there, and good luck with your cleaning project. Hopefully this video has helped you out. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. Thanks.